Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how you can stencil on tea towels, but then I'm going to show you how to take it up a notch or 10. These projects are super easy, they're super cute, they're great for your own kitchen, they're amazing as gifts. You can do seasonal things. I'm going to tell you where I got everything. It should be super fun. And I think this is just going to start your wheels turning on different ideas of things that you can do. So these tea towels right here are from a live tutorial that I did maybe last summer. I can't remember for sure. But the point that I was showing with these tea towels was how you can make ruffles using fabric and a little fabric glue. This is a great stencil. It says, "With God, all things are possible." Here's another one that has a little bit of ribbon trim and then some ruffles. These are kind of the folded style ruffles. Season everything with love. And then this one is really cute too. And it just says Fresh Flowers Farmers Market, and it has a band of fabric and then the little ruffle. This one I think I've actually washed. So what I want to tell you about these is to go look for that video. I'll find it and I'll try to put it in the comments from my YouTube channel. But I want to give you a suggestion. If you are going to do tea towels with fabric on them like these or ribbon, I really suggest that you use a fabric glue, okay? Because you're gonna wanna wash these. So what I recommend is using a low temperature, because you don't wanna get burned, low temperature hot glue gun. Have one that is dedicated, mine is labeled fabric glue, dedicated to using fabric glue. And then if you're using the Surebonder one, which I love, it's super low temperature, then be sure that you're using their fabric glue. This came from Hobby Lobby, but you can get this at Walmart, at absolutely any craft store. And this is a Surebonder, it's called a Cool Shot. It's a super low temperature glue gun. Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to tell you was to look for that video. And then to make sure you're using the right kind of glue, because tea towels are meant to be used. They're not meant to clean the coffee pot like my husband does all the time, but they are meant to be used. And when they're used, they need to be washed and dried. So you want to use an adhesive that is going to withstand the test of time. And I don't know about regular hot glue, how that will hold up. So the difference between fabric glue and regular glue, in case you might not have noticed, whoops, this is a regular glue and this is a fabric glue. The fabric glue sticks are white. The regular ones are clear. So there's your little tip. Okay, so I'll get the link to this video, or I may even just replay that whole video on this page, but I'll get it to you one way or another, so you can go back and watch how we did those. But for today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make some super cute fall tea towels, and then we're gonna do some little doodly-doos, because you guys know I love doodly-doos, along the edges, and they just make these so absolutely adorable. Check out this one. That's the other side of it. Cute, huh? And then here's one. Happy fall, dot, dot, dash, dot, dot, dash, and here's the other side of it. So that's where we're headed. But let's start at the beginning. Okay, you can get tea towels everywhere. You can get some pretty good tea towels in the craft department at Walmart. Look near the embroidery stuff, or near the t-shirts that they have that you can decorate. Don't purchase the flour sack tea towels that they have in their dishes section, because those are super thin, okay? So So you can get them at Walmart, you can get them at Target, you can get them at Hobby Lobby. Everything I'm going to show you today, just to keep it all consistent here, is from Joann's in the embroidery section. All right, we are using this tea towel, which I'll get a close-up picture of it. It's Aunt Martha's Stitch 'em Up. And I think that Walmart carries this brand too. So I may have gotten some of this style from Walmart. You get 2 in a package. At Joann's, it was around $8 for 2. I believe if I did get them at Walmart, it was less than that. I can't remember for sure. But I'm going to show you what these look like, and I'm going to tell you what I like about them. I want to help you. If you're going to take the time to do tea towels, especially if they're going to be gifts, then you want to be working with good tea towels. Here's the label. Maybe it's a little bit easier to see. Okay, so these tea towels are ivory color, but they also have them in white, and that you guys, they're hemmed nicely all the way around. I also like the fact that they're a rectangle and not a gigantic square. And these are 18 inches wide. Whoops, that's the back. By 28 inches long. And this color is called natural, but they do also have white. And the other thing is that they have this loop for hanging them up if you want. These are nice. They wash up great. They're thick. They're absorbent, which is important if you're making tea towels. So this is what I used for both of these, but we'll come back to this in just a second. All right, we may actually work on this one. While I was at Joann's, I also found some other tea towels that I have not used before, but they're the same brand, and I think they could turn out to be really good. I found a set that looks like this. And I found this one that looks like this. This would be super cute for fall or Christmas or really any time of the year. I want to show you the package for this one because when I went to check out, it was like $11. And I thought, I wonder if just the black stripe is what makes it so much more expensive. Nope, it was because you get 3 in this package, not 2. So it's Aunt Martha's Stitch 'em Up retro stripe towels, package of 3. They're 18 inches wide by 28 and in black. They look also so nice once they're pressed. And we'll talk about pressing in a few minutes. Okay, also I found these. Same deal. This is a package of 2. It's very similar to the natural ones, except these are a very light gray. And I have not worked on gray tea towels before. And I'm not, just so you know, I don't have any affiliation with Joann's or Walmart. I just want you to be able to find good quality tea towels to do your projects on. So this is a real pretty light gray. Same deal, it's got the loop, it has the nice hem. All right, let's go to this white one that I have out. Where did I put it? It's right here. All right, the very first thing that you gotta do is you have to cut off this obnoxious label. It's 100% cotton, it's made in India. It says, machine wash in cold water with light colors. Use only non-chlorine bleach, tumble dry without heat. Well, that sounds great. Warm iron as needed. I dry everything on heat and they're fine. But cut this off, especially if it's a gift. Okay, and then you need to notice what is the front and what is the back. The back is the side where the hem is, okay? And also, when I'm decorating these tea towels, I don't do the end that has the loop. I usually do the other end. So, and also, I'm just gonna tell you everything I know about tea towels. Okay, Kathy, I just went over all of that. Brenda, I did too. So I got them at Joann's, and when I'm all finished, if you wanna go back and watch from the very beginning, I tell you everything and I show you a bunch of different styles. Okay, if you were to just stencil directly on this, you risk that it will go through to underneath. So definitely don't have your tea towel folded in half, because if you stencil on here, it may bleed through and get on the inside of the other side, and that looks really messy. So make sure that you have it pulled out, the front side up so that the hem is on the back with the loop on the other end. And this is your prime area for stenciling. Okay, I get this question all the time. Do I need to wash my tea towels before I stencil them? The answer is you can if you want, but I never do. Also, I usually don't iron them unless there's something like this, which this is another tea towel. This one's from Walmart. I just got these out to look at them. These are so wrinkled that you really do need to iron them to get your fabric to lay flat before you stencil. But this little fold is fine. If you want, you can wash them and dry them and iron them before you stencil. It's completely up to you. Okay, I'm going to put underneath mine just some paper towel. And we're going to be using some ink from Magnolia, which I'll get you guys links to the orange and the black that we're going to be using because it's super cute. Oh my gosh. And the inks, they look like this. Here's the black. It's called Coal Black. And here's the orange. I love this color. It's called Pumpkin Pie. It's a great orange. It's not like an obnoxious orange. It's a great orange. So you want ink, not chalk paste. If you use chalk paste, there's no way to make it permanent. When you put it in the wash, it's gonna get all over your tea towel and possibly all over whatever else you're washing with it. You can't spray it. There's nothing you can do with chalk paste to make it permanent. So don't use chalk paste. What you want is ink. Ink is specifically designed for fabric, but also you can use this stuff on ceramics. It has to be heat set to make it permanent so it's washable. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a little bit, so stay with me. I forgot to say any of my normal stuff. Hello. As you're hopping on, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you have any questions along the way. Feel free to sprinkle all that normal stuff. Okay, so there are some different stencils that you could choose to do tea towels for fall. This one's really cute. It says sweater weather. This one's super cute. It's this one right here. Look how cute that is. It says happy fall, and look how adorable those pumpkins are. I opted to do the words in black and the pumpkins all in orange, but that's just a creative decision. You could, do the stems in brown, the leaves in green, or however you want to do it. But look how super cute that stencil is. And it's in stock right now. So that's one option, but I've already done one with that, so we're not going to use it. Here's another option, which we're going to fiddle around with this one in a minute. But this one is hard to read because it's little. It says, I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers. Anne of Green Gables. Isn't that sweet? And this part right here is a real nice print, and then you have this beautiful font cursive, and then the print. And before I came live, I have been playing today, having fun. I did one of those gray tea towels with the orange and black ink, and this is what that stencil looks like when it's put together. We're gonna doodly-do on this one in a few minutes. But that orange ink looks great on the gray also, I think. So that's an option, but I've already done that, so I'm gonna set that one aside. This is a new one, which is pretty cute. And I'll probably use it at some point to make some tea towels or something for fall. But for today, the one I'm gonna use is this one. This is, I think, my favorite one of the falls. It says Peace, Love, Fall. Oh, and let's talk about the stencils for just 2 seconds, and then I'll come back to this. When you use ink on your green Magnolia stencils, dark ink, it does have a tendency to stain the front of your stencils, and you get something that looks like this. Can you see where the black ink was? You can see just a little bit where the orange was. So it's gonna stain the front of your stencil, but that does not hurt how it works in any way. You clean ink off of a stencil the same way as you clean chalk paste off. You just put it in your sink, spray it with cool water. Magnolia has these great, I didn't think to mention this until just now. These are called Stencil Cleaners. They're these big sponges that I always order every time I order from Magnolia. I'll cut it in half and I'll put half of it out at my kitchen at any one time. It has these little raised things on the back. If absolutely necessary, you can put a teeny bit of dish soap on that and go over the front, just the front of your stencil with your stencil cleaner sponge and then spray it off. Then lay it on the counter, sticky side up. You don't want it to dry and be forever bonded to your kitchen counter, right? So lay it with the sticky side up and to dry. So don't be concerned if your stencil looks like this. They start out looking like this. Oh, perfect. And they end up looking like this. This means you like it and you've used it and it's a good stencil. So don't worry about it. Just clean it as quickly as possible. And if you have a bunch of projects to do, you can throw it in a tub of cool water face down until you can get out to your sink wherever you clean your stencils and spray it off. Okay, so we're gonna use this one. Isn't it cute? We're gonna do all of this in orange and we're gonna do all of this in black and then we'll do some doodly doos, okay? So, oh, this brings up another good point. There's so much I want to tell you guys. I hope you'll stay with me to the very end because tea towels are super fun to do, but there's a few things that you need to know, okay? And I'm gonna go over those. All right, normally when you're working with a green stencil, you need to fuzz it on either your shirt, a pair of jeans, or the fuzzing cloth. You're gonna fuzz it on fabric, but there's no need to fuzz this stencil if you're gonna use it on fabric, okay? So I just always tell people that. And you do wanna always mark the back of your stencils with a Sharpie so that you know which side to put it back on once it's dry. All right, whoops, I don't want it upside down. Now, if you are a measuring type, I am not, you can measure to make sure that your stencil is perfectly centered on your tea towel. So you can measure this part. I'm not such a, I don't know, I don't worry about that too much. I do want it to be straight though, and you can eyeball that, okay? And then I'm just pushing it down really good and I'm making sure that I don't have any big wrinkles underneath this that are gonna mess it up. Okay, so these stencils from Magnolia, they are reusable many, 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 many times. They do get looking yucky, but they're still usable. I have a stencil, let's see if I can find it easily. It's Mandela lace is what it is. Where is it? stencil I've ever seen. I have used this thing at least 40 times. It's not super sticky, but it still will stick down to your whatever you're stenciling. And this is what I mean by they get stained. But it's still usable. So just wanted to show you the world's ugliest stencil. All right, I'm gonna open up my chalk paste, my ink, sorry. Hi Laura, hey Tara, hi Celia. Hey you guys, if you like these tea towels, feel free to sprinkle. Okay, like I said, we're gonna do this top part all orange, and then we're gonna do the words below in black. So I'm gonna start with the top part, and I'm just taking one of these stirs. Look at this ink. It is so yummy. And I'm gonna put a couple of blobs on here. And we may not need that much. We can put it back in the little tub, or we might need more. I can never judge that. And I'm just using a squeegee, and I'm going to do my best to make sure the ink goes everywhere, but I'm not gonna go over and over and over and over and over my stencil because I do have too much ink. When you do that, sometimes you're forcing too much ink underneath the stencil, and then you won't have a crisp impression, which you don't want that. Well, drats, I think I put away too much. So I'm just gonna make sure that I get all the parts of my stencil covered. And I'm gonna pull off any big globs. And then I'm gonna say, good, and I will stop. Okay, now I'm gonna use the black, and I'm just gonna use a squeegee. I'm not gonna take out a big chunk of it because I don't need it. And I'm gonna just go over these words. Peace, little dot, love. If you guys like this stencil, they also have one for breast cancer. Well, it could be for any kind of cancer awareness, I suppose, because you can do the ribbon in any color. So it says peace, love, cure, and it has the peace and the heart, and then it has the ribbon. Okay, let me just get my lid on these guys and get them out of the way. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It did go through to the paper towel. So I'll show you that in just a second. So I'm gonna just pull off this corner, and then I'm gonna pull off this corner, and then I'm gonna try my best to hold my tea towel down and pull my stencil off straight. It's adorable, absolutely adorable. I'm gonna go throw this in the water. This might be my favorite one. And my hands. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Okay, so this is what we have. It's wet, so you don't want it to fold over on itself. Isn't that adorable? And I'm gonna just throw it over this stool right here for just a few minutes. And you can see on my paper towel that it did go through a little bit. I'm glad I was protecting my craft desk. Okay, so let me show you my doodly doos, because that's the next thing. And like I said, it just gives a whole nother layer of interest to your tea towels. On this one, I used the Happy Fall stencil. And then I did dash, dot, 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 dash, dot, dot, dot. You get the point. Right above the hem. And they're not all the same length. My blobs are not all the same size. It does not matter. And to finish it off, I also did them on the back side. So this is super cute. I think this is going to be for my house. As I was saying in the beginning of this video, my husband is always wiping the condensation out of the top of the coffee machine with my adorable tea towels that I've made, which gets like little stains of coffee on them. And once they get super ugly, I throw them away and make 10 more because these are super affordable. Okay, so that was the first one. And this is the other one that I did. This pumpkin right here is the center of the piece Love Fall that we just did. I only did the pumpkin, and I did the stem and the leaves in black, and then I did these doodly-doos freehand, and on top of the hem, the hemmed piece, I did dot, 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 dot. So let me hold it up close so you can see. Isn't that super cute? And it was so easy. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. And here's the back. I did the same thing there. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. Because I think it's pretty fantastic. Okay, so that's what that one looks like. This one might have to be for my house too. They might have all to be for my house. Okay, so you can see that there's different options for what you might want to do along the edge. And we're using these things that I am always saying every single crafter in the world needs a set of these ink and chalk paste markers. And I'll give you a link when I'm all finished, so you can just go right there and look. They're super affordable. They're under $15 for all 8 of them. You get gold, silver, white, and black chalk paste, gold, silver, white, and black ink. Can you believe that? And I've made so many things with them. I'm just gonna show you a couple. This was a project we did a few weeks ago. And you can see I have this thing for these little squigglies and then dot, 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 squiggle, dot, dot, dot. I did it all the way around this stuffed candy corn sign. Isn't it cute? And then I did it on these little flower petals using the gold ink and on the butterflies. This was a project from about a month ago. And I did it on some mason jars. Oh, I did it on these also. These are just some little pumpkin stuffies, stacked pumpkin stuffies. That I even did these lines, zig, zig, zig line. So, you can see that I'm a little bit obsessed with these markers. I really think you need them. Okay, so we're gonna use these to dress up this one. Because it's dry, and I don't have I can't mess this part up. Where the other one's wet, I'm gonna have to finish it after it dries a little bit. I'm gonna show you also what the steps are to heat set. Okay, so we have a ton of different options. We're gonna use black ink. And the black ink is this one. And I think, I'm just looking at it. I think we're gonna do dash, dot, dot, dash, dot, dot. All right, does that sound good? So I'm gonna fold up my tea towel just so I can get to it. And I'm gonna put this paper towel underneath it and I'll move it as I'm going along. It's not likely to go through 2 layers, but. So I'm gonna do the dash, oh, it's actually just 1 layer. The dash and the dot dot just above the hem. And when I did it on the other one, I started in the center. And went one way, and then I started at the center and went the opposite direction. Okay, so when you're working with these ink and chalk paste markers, they have 2 points. They have a round point, which is what I'm using right now, and they also have a chiseled point. You just pull the little tip out and turn it over and stick it back in to change the point. So I've just shook it up a little bit, and then I'm going to prime it on a paper plate, which is just pushing it down and letting the ink start to come out. And we'll just start right here in the center. There's a line. Can you guys see that? So I'm gonna just do 1, 2. Can you see how easy that is? Oh my gosh. When you're doing the lines, just go slow. And then, you know, be prepared to prime your pen a little bit before you do the dots. I think you guys can see, but maybe it would be better if I turn it around like this. Although I'm not sure how great I can do. And you can see it is going through. So you're definitely going to want something underneath. These are my kind of craft projects because they're just so quick. They're super affordable. They don't require any skills to do this kind of thing. Stencils are easy. People think that they're hard, but they are super easy. And these pens are super easy. Making dots and dashes and squiggles and that kind of thing is super easy. Thank you guys so much for all those stars. I appreciate that. It looks like we have 422 people on. If you like these projects, you like tea towels, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle this video to your social media. That's also a way that you can save it so that you can watch it yourself again later if you want. And I'll get links for these pens, for the stencils, and for the black and gold ink in the little pots when I'm all finished. Can you believe how incredibly simple that was? And it adds a ton to the project. Let's flip it around and do the other side. Turn this. Turned out so good, I don't want to mess it up. So next, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to tell you all about heat setting. So stay with me. We're just going to finish this puppy off. You could also do a squiggly line. You could do a jig-jag. Those are the technical terms for those artistic skills, I'm sure. Doing a line over that hem is hard, but it's fine. So let me just finish this up and then we'll go on to the next step. And I'm going to tell you the washing instructions also. I think it's super fun to bring a little gift with you anytime you go to someone's house for, you know, dinner, for appetizers, just for fun, whatever. And I always think that homemade gifts are just so much more meaningful, and they're also a lot more affordable. So to me, tea towels are the perfect thing. And you know, you can never be too thin, too rich, or have too many tea towels. It's a proven fact. Okay, there's the front, and here's the back. So I will throw this over this chair over here, and we're gonna pretend that we're heat setting this one, okay? Because I already have heat set it, but I'm gonna show you how you do it. All right, you're gonna need an ironing surface, whatever that is, an actual ironing board, one of those ironing pads. And then you could either use another towel as your protection between your iron and the ink, or you can use parchment paper. This is my ironing parchment paper that I just fold up and shove in the closet here when it's not in use. And then I unfold it and iron over and over and over with it. Now make sure that your ink is fully dry, at least 3 hours. Better practice would be to wait overnight and then heat set it, but I'm too impatient for that most of the time. And you're gonna set your iron to cotton if your fabric will tolerate that high of a heat. Most fabrics that you're gonna stencil on, they'll tolerate cotton, okay? No steam. And you have this as the barrier between your iron and your surface. I don't have this plugged in case you're wondering I'm touching it. Okay, so then you are literally just going to be ironing the stenciled area like this. Don't set it down and then leave, or you'll have a big scorch burn. You're going to be ironing the areas that you did with the pin, and also the areas that you did with the stencil and the ink from the pots. And you're going to go over it for 2 or 3 or even 4 minutes. Another thing you can do is flip it to the other side and go over it just for a minute or so on the back side. Easy. If you have a heat press, you can use that too. I don't have a heat press, so I can't give you any instructions on that. I'm so sorry. I'm just a regular person who likes to craft, who has a regular iron. I do have an ironing board for my craft room though. That's pretty cool, huh? This thing came from Walmart, and it was in the laundry section, and it was around $10 or $11. And let me show you. When it's not in use, mine has this little hanger on it, so I just hang it on the back inside of the doors to my little craft stash. So this is up to the door, and it's out of the way. Easy. And it's convenient for me when I leave it. Okay, washing. Well, I know most of the instructions that you could find online for doing this kind of thing are going to tell you to wash on cold in delicate with items of similar colors, and then to dry it no heat. And you can do that if you want, but that's not how the laundry gets done at my house. All the towels from the kitchen go in one big washer full about once a week. And we go through a lot of towels for some reason. I don't know. I'm kind of a neat, kind of a germaphobe, I guess. And I'm always putting a tea towel in the laundry room and getting a fresh one. Anyways, so I just wash on your regular warm cycle, normal on warm, and then I dry normal on warm with everything else. And my tea towels, like this one, which I think I determined that I have washed it, have held up just fine. So, if you missed the beginning of this video, go back and watch it from the beginning because I told you all about this. This is fabric that I created a ruffle. This was a lot more labor intensive, a lot more time than doing ... dash ... dash. That was super easy. So, yeah, that I think is pretty much everything I want to tell you. Can I show the ink? Sure. And then if you missed the beginning, as soon as I'm done here, go back and watch this on replay from the start because I talk about everything. This is what the pumpkin pie ink looks like. Isn't that a great color? It lasts forever, seriously. And this is what the black ink looks like. They come in these little pots. So any excess that you have on your squeegee, you can just put it right back in the pot and put your lid back on. The lids for the Magnolia inks are white. Okay, and then the inks for the pens look like these. You get 4 in this particular set. They do have other sets. But this is the one that I love, 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 love. And you gotta get this. If you don't have something like this, you need it. So inks in the pens have the black body and the black lid. And this is what the point looks like when it's the round point. I don't wanna get it all over my fingers, but you just pull that out and turn it around and it's that little chisel looking thing. Here's the gold. Just a rounded point. So let's see. This was so informative. You're going to watch the video for doing the trims. I'll help you find that too. Thank you, Linda. I'm glad you guys like this. You know, I like to share both what does work and what doesn't work. And I like to share when I don't exactly follow the instructions and it's just fine. So that's one thing that I try to always do in my videos. And just to give you some ideas, so maybe you don't like orange for fall and you want to do teal pumpkins. That would be super cute. Totally. And Magnolia has some pretty, or maybe you want mint green or navy blue. I don't know what you want, but they have teal, they have mint green, they even have navy blue. They have all kinds of colors. They have purple, different pinks. So you could do this project and just do the pumpkins a different color. And here's one more idea. This doesn't have to be this dash thing or just the dots. It does not have to be just for fall. You can use this any time of the year with any stencil that you want, just to add a little something extra on the bottom of the front and the bottom of the back. So I think it's pretty darn cute. Here was the one that we did before at the start of this video. This is the cutest stencil ever. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'll probably just do a whole bunch of dots. I might even do 2 rows of dots. I'm not sure, but this needs to dry a little bit before I handle it very much because I don't want to mess it up. So it's just hanging on a bar stool over here. Let's see, are there any other? They do have an orange and chalk paste peg. It's called Orange Tiger, and it's a great color too. It's not quite as, I don't know, it's a little brighter orange than this. This is the best color, seriously. For fall, you need an orange and a black, and maybe a brown, I don't know. Anyways, so these were our projects. I hope you liked this tutorial. I am going to, sometime in the next week, I'm gonna do a video where I show you what are all my favorite crafting supplies. For example, and I'll tell you where I got them. For example, I just went to Goodwill this week and I got a huge bag of corks. And I love to craft with those. So I'm going to tell you all that kind of stuff, where to get it, and give you some ideas for what you can do with it. I know you guys are asking me all the time, where'd you get that? Where'd you find this? Where'd you find that? And so to the best of my recollection, I will tell you guys where everything came from. Was I going to show you how to do the orange pumpkin with the black stem? No, sorry. You basically just do the whole pumpkin in orange, and then you take one of these guys. Are amazing, and I forget to show you what they are. These are 3 of my 5 paintbrush squeegees. They're just like this kind of a squeegee, but they're on a paintbrush and they're a small surface. So then I would just dip this in my black ink, and over the top of the stencil, I would just be careful. And you can see right here where I went outside of my lines a little bit. Can you see that? It's okay. No big deal. Right there. So, yeah, you can add detail. These are great too. I'll get you a link for these as well. I didn't think about it, but these are definitely a crafting must-have too. All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments if you want links. Let me know in the comments if you have questions. When I'm done here, when you get off, if you picked up in the middle of the video, go back and watch it from the start. Is there a difference between a regular stencil and a chalking stencil? And can you make a stencil on your Cricut? That's a great question. You know, the stencils that I use, these guys, they're mesh. So they're super detailed. They're adhesive. They're reusable. Your Cricut stencils are a one-time only thing. They actually stick to your project. You can wash them. They're great. You don't have to pull with the Cricut stencil. It's one time and you have to pull every single bit out. It's called weeding. So these are great. These are from MagnoliaDIY.com. MagnoliaDIY.com. Like this color. This is the Magnolia color. So MagnoliaDIY.com. All smushed together. And I'll get some links out there for the things that we use today. But these are, they're a great investment because they're reusable. And because you can do just one little bit of something if you want. You don't have to use the whole stencil, the whole design every time. For example, on this one, I just did the center pumpkin out of the piece Love Fall stencil. Let's see, I'll get you some links, Becky. So today is my anniversary with my hubby. And Marilyn, if you'll give me 2 seconds, I'll get you the links for the ink and the chalk paste and ink pens. I'll get all you guys links. So just keep saying that in the comments if you want it. So anyways, we are going out to eat and the weather's beautiful where I live. I'm in the suburbs of Atlanta. There's low humidity today for some crazy reason, which is not normal. So we're gonna go have dinner outside in the little downtown of the town that we live in. Do I know when this stencil right here is in stock right now. So grab it. It just came in, I think 2 days ago. It was released about a month ago and it sold out. I mean, it's adorable. The piece Love Fall is new. It just came out. It may sell out as well. So if you want that one, grab that one ASAP too. Alrighty, guys. Barb, I'll get you links. Thank you, Hilda. She said, happy, blessed anniversary. Marlena, I'll get you links. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow for some more craft projects here at DIY Dreaming that are going to be quick because I have a short attention span. I'm impatient. They're going to be super easy. You don't have to be an expert crafter or an artist. I'll get you the squeegee pin link too, Peg. They're going to be quick. They're going to be easy. They're going to be something that is affordable. Like you're investing in a stencil, but you'll be able to use it a lot. And the little tea towels are just a couple dollars, that kind of thing. They're going to sometimes be a little different. I like to do things that are different. And really, most of the crafts I do here are either faith, family, or flowers. I don't do any foul mouth or that kind of thing. But if you like that, and a lot of people do, Magnolia has some funny stencils that you can look at. But most of my projects are completely kid-friendly here, and they're really faith-focused. Faith, family, and flowers. Alrighty, I'm gonna say goodbye. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow.